If you're like me and you went to school in the late 2000s and 2010s, then you probably remember your classroom having one of those massive projectors coming out of the ceiling. They probably had a million wires coming out of the back. They had a super loud fan that went on every time your teacher tried to pull something up, and they were just extremely clunky to use. Well, today's video sponsor, JMGO, sent over their N1S Ultimate 4K triple laser projector and sponsored this video because the technology that has been going into the projector industry has been advancing at an incredibly rapid pace. Now, as you can tell from this packaging, that kind of reminds me of a Vision Pro case. Portability is basically a new frontier for projectors that they haven't been able to unlock until recently. I mean, just take a look at how minimal this setup is. We've got a remote, power cord, power adapter, and the projector itself, and that's all you need to get started. That versatility is something that hasn't been a thing in the world of projectors. I remember when I was in middle school, my friend's dad had a home theater set up in his living room with a projector, and honestly, I was never really sold on it, even as a kid. The contrast ratio was terrible, it was low resolution, it wasn't very bright, and it was a really bulky setup. All of those problems have been solved, and what makes JMGO's solution here really interesting is they have this gimbal mechanism. So the projector body itself is suspended on this rotating and pivoting platform, which makes setting it up even easier than the traditional boxy shape for projectors. On the front of the device, it is super duper minimal. We just have the laser beam itself, and then off to the side is an array of sensors, including cameras and 3D time of flight. The goal with these types of systems is that you can just show up, pop your projector down, use this gimbal to get the best angle, and let the projector handle the rest. So for a quick setup like that, that's what you want to see. In fact, why don't we go ahead and get this thing set up? And that brings us to one of the great conveniences of modern projectors. Most of them use a Google TV based system, which means setting them up is all A, consistent, and B, extremely simple. Just scan a QR code, sign in with your account, and you're off to the races. And this is where we get to really see those 3D time of flight sensors in action, because the way that this projector is able to keystone on a wall is legitimately the best that I have ever seen on any projector ever. It is almost in real time that this thing is able to give a pretty accurate focus and squared off keystone. But what you might also notice is just how bright and vivid this image is. And that is thanks to JMGO's unique approach to the actual laser beam itself. It's called their MALC triple laser system. And the reason that this projector looks as good as it does is because it doesn't compromise like other laser projectors. Most of the time when you're buying a laser projector, what you're really getting is a single laser on the blue channel. The other wavelengths of light are brought about through color wheels or phosphor wheels. Now, this style helps with overall screen brightness, but it doesn't help with color accuracy. And so JMGO did what kind of seems like the obvious choice. They just have a laser for all three colors. So red, green, and blue all have their own laser, everything matches, color accuracy is absolutely fantastic as a result of that, and this thing can reach an astonishing 3300 ANSI lumens. And that really goes towards fixing one of the issues that we talked about earlier. Traditional projectors have always struggled with contrast and brightness, and thanks to a triple laser system like this, you don't have to worry about either of those things. And in fact, because of that incredible brightness, this projector is usable in a lot more scenarios than otherwise possible. For years, ease of use was the main barrier to entry for projectors like this, but with just a single plug and having everything all built in, it simplifies things tremendously. So as you can see, in just a couple of seconds, I can easily set up this massive video wall outside if I'm hosting an event. And keep in mind that it is not dark at all yet. We're here in the early evening, and there's still plenty of brightness. Really impressive. And that's what happens when you have a triple laser projector. I think it's also worth noting that this is a gray wall and it is not evenly painted. So this is not really the optimal surface to be doing a projection on, and it still looks this good. So I'm getting ready to host a couple of friends this evening, and I think this video wall would be perfect to play Mario Party on the new Switch 2. And thanks to HDMI input, as well as 45-watt speakers that are built into this guy, this is gonna be the perfect setup without having to worry about running a ton of wires and bringing external speakers and all of that stuff. So as the sun went down, we plugged a Switch 2 into the N1S Ultimate and pulled up a couch, and we now had a 300-inch screen to play Mario Party on. And honestly, I was super impressed with the quality of this sound from this thing. These are the types of scenarios that modern day projectors are designed to be best used for. Sure, you can use them to create a home theater setup if you want, but the real versatility of the N1S Ultimate is that you can just pull it up in a couple of minutes and turn a blank wall into a projected screen. We just ran an extension cord, got an HDMI for the Switch, pulled up a couch, and that's all it took. I didn't even have to keystone anything because I just pointed at the wall and let those 3D time-of-flight sensors do the rest. And this use case got me thinking about another classic projector use, which is in the bedroom. Oftentimes people want to project something on the ceiling while they're laying there so that you have a nice comfortable position to watch a movie or something like that. And with this auto keystoning, it is so ridiculously easy to get a screen on the ceiling.
The calm sea provides no hint.
It's literally like having a 65-inch TV on the ceiling.
By day's end,
this is definitely one of the aspects that JMGO has absolutely nailed. This gimbal mechanism makes it super convenient to watch content like this. And because it's super bright, I can do it during the day. It's like 5 in the afternoon and I have the windows open and I can still see. And the fact that it's able to keystone this accurately and this quickly means that even if I bump it, you see, and like move the screen around, or I want to adjust it for a better view, it fixes it so fast that you don't even have to think of it. It like literally cuts out all of the other aspects that normally detract from a projector at this type of use. So clearly JMGO has a lot going on, and there's a ton of technology packed in here that frankly goes well over my head. They have heat dissipation technology that enables this laser to get so incredibly bright. They also have an anti-speckle technology because we have 3 laser channels in here that need to project an even beam of light without being concentrated in the center and falling off towards the sides, and without sparkling or glittering off of the surface that it's projecting onto. And trust me, there is plenty more technology in here that I don't even understand. But the end result for you is, this is quite frankly the easiest to use, best color accuracy, brightest projector that I've ever reviewed. And I've looked at a bunch, both on and off camera, but this is definitely one that you should consider because it just really works. And that's really what matters. More than all of the technology, all of the features, it just works. So again, I want to give a huge thanks to JMGO for sponsoring the channel. Videos like this make this stuff possible. I'm also working on a new car channel on the side, and having these types of sponsors that are willing to support the channel and send me really cool stuff to take a look at, it goes a long way to making sure that I can produce content for you guys. So a huge thanks to JMGO, and a huge thanks to you guys for watching this video. For Amazon Prime Day, they've got some crazy discounts on this guy, so check out the links down below. You can save more than $900. So again, big thanks to JMGO, big thanks to you guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.